Today we read some funny Reddit stories.
Funny Reddit stories!
So let's start. What's the funniest thing that happened to you? Woke up from a drunken sleepwalk in the hallway of the hotel I was staying at, wearing nothing but my boxer shorts with my dong in hand, peeing into a plant pot. Quickly nipped it off, ran down the hall to the room I thought was mine, proceeded to bang on my door to wake up my roommates, only to wake an irate man who was decidedly not my roommate. Turns out I was on the 4th floor of the hotel when my room was on the 2nd floor. You'd think that was the end.
No.
But you would be wrong. Unable to wake the other 2 roommates who were laying in a drunken stupor, I had to make the long, tortuous walk to the reception in my boxers to get another key card. The night porter's double take was a thing of beauty.
Oh my gosh, this is really cringe.
Next one.
A few years ago, I was playing Pictionary with my friend and her parents. When it was my turn, I had to draw the bearded lady. I had to draw the bearded lady.
Yes.
I'm terrible at drawing, so I came up with some stick figure with boobs and a head with a large triangle behind it. It was supposed to be a circus tent. Everyone starts guessing, but no one is close. Suddenly, my friend's father jumps up and shouts, "Vagina! Clitoris! Clitoris!" He was so caught up in getting the right answer that he just kept shouting it. At this point, we all lost it. I have never laughed so hard in my life. My friend's mother still has the bearded lady posted on her fridge. I was outside in a beautiful park reading the Lord of the Rings trilogy when I heard a flute in the distance playing concerning hobbits. It was too perfect and I thought I was hearing things until other people turned to look.
That's awesome.
This is really awesome. Oh my god.
That's like a 4D cinema.
Yes!
That's really
in
awesome.
a beautiful park and you're really so nice.
That's really awesome.
This is really awesome.
I was at work this morning, group home for kids under 12. One of the boys got a new tablet recently. He was playing with it before school today and comes over to me and goes, "My teacher wrote a note that says I'm allowed to bring my tablet to school." I asked for the note and what I got was a crinkled up piece of notebook paper that had been clearly ripped out of a random notebook. It said in 10-year-old boy handwriting in crayon, "Reginald is allowed to bring his tablet to school." From Reginald's teacher. Nice try, kid.
Oh my gosh, kids are so fun. So, 8-year-old me is going to the wild animal park with my neighbor. If you want to picture me, I'm a shorter kid and I have a sweatshirt tied around my waist with the hood in the back. This will be important later. So there's this kid's playing ground area with a jungle gym and fake animals to climb on. So of course I decide to climb up on the fake rhino, cause rhinos are f***ing cool. Then my dumb best 8-year-old self decides, hey, I'm gonna balance on its horn with my 2 feet. I got to a point where I'm pretty balanced, but being 8 years old, that didn't last long. I eventually slipped forward and was sure I hit the ground, but no, I was caught by my hood on the horn and I'm dangling there about a foot above the ground with no way to undo myself. And what did my neighbor do? Stand there and take pictures, of course, while some random guy I've never met decided to help me down. Okay.
What did you say? Say this word again.
Balance.
Balance.
Balance. Sorry,
Balance.
star.
Balance. Balance. Balance.
But this is also a really funny Reddit story.
What's the funniest thing you have ever witnessed right in front of you?
Funny Reddit story.
So I'm sitting outside of Vodin, I have no idea, in San Francisco, near the Fisherman's Wharf, and see the guy come out with one of their bread bowls full of soup. I've never been here, let me tell you, the seagulls are everywhere and pretty aggressive about trying to get your food. Oh, I know this, yeah. So the guy goes and sits down and starts eating his clam chowder, and the birds are everywhere, squawking like seagulls do. And you can see it's irritating this guy. So he makes the mistake of tearing off a piece of bread and throwing it to the gulls. He thought it was bad before, but once they knew they could get food out of him, he was surrounded. So one of the seagulls lands near the guy and is standing with its back to him about 5 feet away. The guy gets up, walks over and kicks the shit out of the bird. And as soon as he turns around, he realizes this was a mistake. It would say there were about 50 seagulls on this guy's food. And he then screams, "Oh, I see how you sent your retarded friends to distract me? Well, you sons of bitches enjoy my food." It was quite funny.
This
Seagulls are jerks.
funny Reddit story.
Not a funny Reddit story.
Once at college, there was an ice spot on the walkway outside our
Ice spot.
Yeah, but it's
Ice
N.
spot.
But it's an ice spot.
Yeah. N. There was an ice spot.
No, it's an
There
N
was an
ice
ice spot. Okay, then.
Yes.
Okay.
Once at college, there was an ice spot on the walkway outside our dorm, covered in a light dusting of snow. My friend and I all slipped on our way home. Later, from our common room window, we saw others falling. Within half an hour, 11 of us had gathered around the windows with tea and popcorn, watching every single person who walked down the path fall or fail crazily to keep from falling. One time, a really tall guy wound up doing a chicken dance for about 7 feet, but managed to stay upright. At the end, there was vigorous applause, but not from our room. We rushed outside, turned around and saw that at least 4 other windows in our dorm had crowds gathered around them. We waved and they were actually all gathered on the lawn from an impromptu falling party. This is really fun. Oh my god.
Reason number 479 of why I miss college.
Yes, college time is so nice. I love it.
I watched a group of special needs adults ride go-karts. One of them would drive halfway around the track perfectly, then just slam his brakes for no reason. Another crashed in the wall, and when the go-kart employee put it back into the right path, she yelled, "I won't go! I won't go!" The employee had no idea why it wouldn't, and then asked her if she was pressing the gas or the brake. And all of a sudden, she took off and hit every wall till the end of the lap. The ending was the best part. When the employee flagged them to come in to the park, one girl drove straight at him and he had to jump over her car. She hit the wall behind him, which closed off, and kept going. Another female went into the parking area but never slowed down and drove straight into the already parked car in front of her. She hit so hard that she had a big booger hanging out of her nose. Then the girl who ignored the employee flagging people earlier finally came around again, and the guy is waving the flag again at her, and she almost forgot and at the last second turns into the parking area. However, she hits the median of the 2 lanes they had for the cars to park. Her car is stuck in the concrete median with her front wheel still spinning. This is not me making fun of special needs people at all. But if you're watching this live, you would have loved your ass off too.
Yes, I would. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, but who the hell thought it was a good idea to let that happen? Oh my god. Next funny Reddit story. I hope I can describe this as what? I hope I can describe this to be as hilarious as it actually was. After a night at the bars, it was after 2 and I was waiting for my food order. I check in the box with all other hungry drunk people. A girl next to me obviously can't wait for her food, so she takes out her iPhone, opens the packet of hot sauce and squeezes it onto her phone like a plate and takes a huge lick.
Oh my gosh!
She had no idea what she was doing, and one of her friends had to pull the iPhone out of her hand mid-lick. I still laugh uncontrollably when I think of the visual. No man, this is just disgusting.
This is really disgusting.
You know how much bacteria is on your phone?
Wow!
That's contaminated all the time.
She wanted to eat her iPhone. What?
It's funny Reddit stories. Funny
Okay.
Reddit story time.
Next funny Reddit story.
Next story from Michelle.
Funny Reddit stories.
Oh, that was good.
Single mom at the beach with her, I would estimate, 3 years old son. The kid is having a very good day playing in the sand. All of a sudden she gets a phone call and starts yelling at who I presume is the father. Has a fit and grabs the kid and starts telling him it is time to leave. She is pulling him along by the arm and he getting dragged and she is yelling on the phone. Finally the kid lets go and he turns around to yell at him it is time to leave and to hurry up. The kid standing there in the water wings, sun hat and holding his yellow sand bucket yells at his mom. I am a kid! My legs aren't long enough! I can't move that fast! What do you expect? Everyone around just started cracking up.
That's actually really sad.
Yes, it's really sad. But
No, that's the reply.
I hope everyone was applauding the kid, not just laughing.
Yeah, this is
Yes. I'm waiting for the funny Reddit stories. I'm so excited for these funny Reddit stories.
Okay, babysitting for a friend. His approximately 2-year-old son had a large head. 50% her body, 90% her head. I was asked to put a DVD on. And while I'm up trying to figure out what the beep a doodle bob is by the TV, I hear Funk pause "Wah!" and turn around, and he had fallen over sideways at the edge of the couch. But his head got cramped between the couch and the end of the table. So he is crying, which is sad. But his little legs were pointed straight up in the ceiling and kicking spastically around. But he's just stuck there upside down. I of course rescued him, and he held back a large percentage of laughter until telling my girlfriend the story that night, at which time I completely lost it.
Okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
Okay. A group of friends and I were walking to class when a guy on a skateboard waves in and out of a crowd in front of us, making people jump out of the way like a jerk. As he passes us, he yells, "Hey ladies!" Turns to give the call me sign. In 2017, who the heck still does that? What the heck? And doesn't see the carp. He goes flying off the carp and falls over onto a parked car hard enough to set off the alarm.
Carp.
Carp, yes.
Carp.
Carp.
You know what a carp is? A carp.
It's a thing
A fish.
from the bottom.
A carp is
A carp?
Is a fish.
Ein Karpfe.
Yes.
Ah.
And the curb is the sidewalk. A part of the sidewalk.
But this story is really fun. My dad let loose the most violently awful, loud fart while my family was out shopping at a sporting goods store, and an employee walked right into the stench box to ask us if we needed anything.
Oh my god.
See, he stopped in his tracks and realized what he got into. Eyed my dad with a look of horror and immediately walked away without an answer. It was the best thing ever. Okay, this is good.
That's good, man. That's
good.
funny.
That's
Oh, imagine. Your dad must have taken a few years off that employee's life. Yes, man.
Yeah.
Funny
If you
Reddit
want
stories.
another video about these funny Reddit stories, have a like, subscribe.
Brominga.
Woo!